You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Snakes on this motherfucking plane. Now we got drinks. Oh, stay free. Come
It all sounds like some bad movie.
Sounds like Scott Coffin.
Sorry. Not intentional.
Yeah, you said that to me before we went live.
I honestly forgot. I thought I had muted myself, and the minute I coughed, I saw the microphone was still down.
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome everyone to Moviesucktastic.
So we do have some distortion in the audio of our videos because I had to up Scott's my audio all the way up to get Scott's audio louder.
All right.
It's just an audio technicality that we're working on. Well, no, it's fine.
It's my fault.
I'm gonna see if I can keep this at say around 75 for you. Keep the audio of the videos at 100%, and maybe we won't have to play around with stuff. We'll see.
All right. Fancy goes to work tomorrow.
Let me pull your video in. Oh, that's right. I have to hide the toolbars.
I chose my background because that's pretty much how I'm facing reality these days.
Yeah.
That's how bad things are, folks. Superman's doing shots.
I love that scene so
I love
much.
That movie. I love that movie.
That is,
I don't care what anybody says.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's the weird thing too. It's like sometimes when I tell people or you post and you say, "Oh yeah, we review bad movies," everybody gets indignant all of a sudden. It's like, "Oh yeah, you just make fun of people and stuff." So no, we love bad movies. That's what That's the big misconception with people is that when you say, "Hey, that's a bad movie," they think it's all of a sudden it's a personal insult.
Yeah, right.
It's like the "Let's Go Brandon" of the film the whole film thing where that's a bad movie equals fuck your mother in the ass.
Whoa.
It's just it's like the worst insult you could possibly do when it's really just like, hey, that film was not constructed well. You can like it. Fuck. Every time someone pulls some of that shit, I just have to tell them my favorite film ever is Ernest Goes to Jail.
Love that movie.
Shut up. And I'm not defending it, saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I love that film. I could watch it every night.
I love that movie too.
It's on a very short list. Hot Tub Time Machine is also on that list. Fight Club maybe, but that might go dark quick. There are very few films, but I again just never get tired of those films. I love them. So,
yeah. There's a Shawshank Redemption for me. It's like if it's on, I'm watching it. I love that movie. Love that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, does it really compare to Ernest Goes to Jail?
Not the way you want it to.
How many roles? Does,
they both involve jail.
How many roles does Tim Robbins play in that film?
Just the one, surprisingly.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Ernest plays like 5 or 6 in that film. 2 main ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the other guy is... the
lookalike.
Lookalike.
The guy, from prison, the bad guy. Yeah, but then some of his characters show up from his TV show.
What I like about him doing that alternate character is when he's hitting on the girl.
Wait a minute, has Tim Robbins ever had his own TV show?
You're stretching.
I'm just saying, good and bad is subjective to a point. We all understand that there are hard rules we have to underline everything, but people these days especially, people are just looking for things to argue, and we're not here to argue per se. We're here to discuss and appreciate, and sometimes argue, but usually over petty bullshit, not really.
Oh yeah. But no,
which let's be honest, films are.
Well, of course.
It's not.
But what I was saying before with Jim Varney, with the lookalike in Ernest Goes to Jail, when he's hitting on the girl, I'm like, man, he's really trying hard to fuck this girl. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is a kid's movie, and he's working it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like the black hair all slicked back, you know?
You know, I have to say, I have to admit that I kind of fell out. I did watch... I don't know if Slam Dunk Ernest was the next one, but I did watch that.
No, wasn't it Ernest Saves Christmas?
No. Ernest Saves Christmas was before Ernest Goes to Jail. You Philistine.
Oh, son of a bitch. So what was it? Ernest Goes to Jail, then Ernest Saves Halloween?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ernest Goes to Jail, then it was Ernest Scared Stupid.
Scared Stupid, that's right.
Then it was, I think... Slam Dunk Ernest, and after that, I'm not sure if I'm missing one because at this point I lost touch because I rented at the time. This was still VHS rental, you know, it's old people. I remember I rented Ernest. What's it called?
Not the Army one.
No, I never got to the Army one.
Oh,
this one is like Ernest Rides the Way or something. Basically, the whole plot of the film is he gets on an old cannon and it comes loose and it rolls into town. But I think because I fell asleep during it and I never revisited it and I still have it, but not the actual tape because they have rental fees for that. But as far as I can tell from what I saw, the whole film is him riding this cannon in the town trying to stop him.
Wow.
Yeah, and that so at that point I was like, all right. So I haven't seen the one where he goes to Africa.
So here are the movies.
Oh, here we go. I started something.
You did because you brought it up. We have to do it now.
Yeah. Obviously, the first one's Ernest Goes to Camp.
Well, there was something in 1985 called Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam.
That was an video
unnamed cameo role.
Yeah, he played the main character, the doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his first, let's say, theatrical release.
It's Ernest Goes to Camp, 1987.
Right.
Which I love that movie.
It broke fucking bank office records. If I'm not mistaken. It was the #1 film that summer. What did it beat out? You got to tell me because I have to defend Ernest.
All right.
For all the shitty sequels that came out, and I'm not calling them shitty actually, but you know they're not well done.
Well, in 1987, I don't think it broke any box office records. I really don't. I don't think so. Ernest Goes to Camp, 1987. Oh, sitting at a 5.5 on IMDb.
Fuck you. Maybe a 6. Again, it wasn't a great film, but it just.
I know. I just love.
Oh no, me too.
I just love how organic and just you know what I mean. It just it's so. Let's look at the numbers. 1987.
And I'll admit, I fast forward through some of the these are just the kids talking. Let's get back to Ernest things, because I don't know. The film was hit or miss, but I would say I wouldn't go 7 for Ernest. I would say 6. Go to camp.
I would love us. Again, my whole thing is half points. 6.5 would be a perfect score for that movie.
Yeah, I would go with that. Yeah.
Let's see. Came out in 1987. I hate the new IMDb. I hate it.
I thought you used the numbers.
I do, but I wanted to get its release date, so now I have to do a Control F and find it. It's all right. It came out on May 22nd.
Oh, no. You mean you didn't have to open 20 books just to get to the index?
No.
A massive library?
It came out May 22nd, 1987. Made $23 million.
23 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. if it's going to have. I mean, this is 34 years ago.
It was a #1 box office hit, so it's got to be.
So its domestic opening was 6.1 million in 1987, which for a comedy in 1987 is pretty good.
What was the budget?
The budget on it?
Not $1 million. Can't be more than $1 million.
Probably not. All right, so let's see. It came out that weekend. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was the #1 movie.
Oh, by the way, we didn't mention at the beginning of this episode, but we're not reviewing a film tonight. We're just talking about shit. So you're just going to be listening to us having a conversation. For the
we are there is a theme.
There is a theme.
We are watching trailers for all the January movies that are coming out. The hot slop that they're going to sling at us in January. So its opening weekend. It was the #2 movie.
Okay.
To Beverly Hills Cop 2. Beverly Hills Cop 2 made $33 million its opening weekend. Ernest Goes to Camp made $6.1 million its opening weekend.
They threw it up against that?
Yeah.
Give them credit.
And The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox, that movie was at 3.6. It at that point had made $48 million. But then other movies that were out at the same time, like Platoon, $129 million. Lethal Weapon was at $58 million at that point. Even Blind Date with Bruce Willis and what's her face? What's her name?
But this wasn't like a major box office production with castable A-list celebrities. This was a fucking Ernest film, which at the time nobody knew about unless they saw the fucking commercials. And actually, I would say one of the reasons that Ernest and again, this guy's like a trained Shakespearean actor, so this is not any criticism of his career. God fucking forbid. But he really just did those, as far as I know, and I'm sure there's parts of it I'm missing, but as far as it seems to me,
Kim Basinger was in Blind Date.
What?
Kim Basinger was in Blind Date.
Kim Basinger, right?
Sorry, I was going to go nuts. I listen to podcasts where they're like, "Oh, what was her name?" and then they don't get to it, and I'm like foaming at the mouth.
That's this show.
I try not to let that happen.
I do.
I try not to.
But so he had the commercial he was famous for, but then you had you had like Dick Cavett weird fun commercials and
he was doing commercials like in I think Florida. He was doing like they would do like the weather, and he'd be like, who does the weather real good? Simon Simons from the blah 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 weather news channel. It's like he'd do that. Right.
So for millennials out there, anybody who was born into the age of the internet, I got to explain this. When they had television shows, things were so bad that they would actually have shows where they would get two aging game show hosts, and they would have them introduce commercials. They would just show funny commercials. They would take things you watch in between real stuff and just show that to you. And so they would do like the world's funniest commercials or the world's most outlandish commercials. There's a whole shitload of them. I'm sure they're on YouTube. It's insane. But those shows, I think, are what really got him that attention, where he got to the point where there was a movie deal involved. That's my belief.
Oh, yeah. I remember him doing Brick Church commercials, which was an electronics store. I remember because we used to shop there. We had some in Jersey, and I always remembered seeing those commercials. That was the first time I ever saw him in anything, was those Brick Church commercials.
I think the first I saw was on those shows that I was just making fun of because I watched them religiously as a dumb child.
That's okay. You're a child.
No, there were dumb adults that were keeping that in the ratings. So let's just underline that.
Well, of course. So, and like you said before, he was a Shakespearean trained actor. And I believe towards the end of his life, or maybe before the cancer diagnosis, he would get insulted and angry if people would be like, "Hey, Vern," which is not smart because that's what made him famous. Well, but I think it had like a sour taste in his mouth a little bit, because it's like, I could have been doing all these like other films, Hamlet, Broadway, and it's like this. I'm trained to do that, and I'm here, doing Hey Vern.
No,
you know?
no matter how successful were in life, you don't want to like be facing death and still be known as that goofy guy in the hat.
True.
You know, you can understand that. I don't know who would come up to somebody. I don't know.
I mean, he
you
was
hear stories like that.
a-
I've had situations where I've been in the same room with celebrities, and I've specifically not been a dick. You know, and honestly, it wasn't hard at all. So I don't know what the big deal is.
Nah, listen, there's a lot of stupid people out there. I mean, we're not going to argue that. He was a very heavy smoker, like
Telling the voice.
multi packs. You know, it wasn't like a pack a day. I think it was like 2-3 pack a day habit. Like, it was very bad. Which obviously I think he died from lung cancer.
Something like that. Something bad.
I believe it was that. Here, let's see.
I'm gonna open up a fortune cookie here.
You got to do that, huh?
I just found it on my desk, so I figure I might as well.
Jim Varney, Ernest P. Worrell. Wow.
Ernest P. Worrell.
He died at the age of 50.
Yeah. Fucking shame.
Yikes. Yes, lung cancer. Lung cancer.
So now that we've gone into the realm of death, the most depressing thing to talk about, let's go back. Let's go to the second film.
You want to talk about like
No.
death? So no. The mayor's watching this show called Midnight Mass. Okay, it's a new Netflix show, and
Is that about witches?
I think it's vampires.
Even worse. Never mind. Continue.
The show is actually very well done, but there was a scene last night, and the dialogue back and forth between the two. The one woman asked him, like, "What happens when you die?" He goes, "What happens when I die?" And then he described his death like all the synapses going off and the adrenaline. It's like he's doing all like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is way too fucking descriptive of probably exactly what's going to happen for a lot of people because of, it's like then my brain cells are going to start to die. I'm like, I don't need to know this. I don't need to know this. I actually had like a mini panic attack while he's describing this, and I'm like, I don't want to know this at all. But it made the dialogue was phenomenal in the scene, and it went on for like 5 straight minutes. And because then after he said what he said, and he's like, "Well, what happens when you die?" And then she did not the same thing. She didn't do was descriptive, but she went on for like a couple of minutes about all of the. And I'm like, "This is what the fuck,
Joey." Next time you're in a situation,
yeah,
and Mayor's making you watch something that's very depressing, involving a lot of death, just turn to her and just say, "Can't we just watch funny commercials instead?" And by the way, this turned out to be a very creepy Chinese fortune cookie. Fortune. Charity begins at home, and justice begins next door. I shit you not. That is what's on this fucking thing. So I should.
That's a Texas fortune cookie, because I've never seen a fortune cookie like that in New Jersey.
So I can give out Halloween candy, but I should still shoot at the neighbor's kid when he climbs over the fence. I don't understand what's going on with this.
I don't know what happened, officer. He drowned in my pool after I shot him.
I think Patton Oswalt is the first person I heard reference it, but we're in one of the alternate universes now. This isn't the main storyline anymore. We've skewed off into some weird D tangent.
Okay, let's move on to the next movie. It's like we haven't even gotten to the trailers that we're going to do.
Just flag this episode as an Ernest retrospective.
We're 20 minutes in, and we've only talked about Ernest P. Worrell.
This might just be Ernest, a retrospective.
No, I have 8 trailers. I mean, come on.
All right.
We'll probably get flagged for all of them, but the video shouldn't be taken down.
Ernest Goes to Camp is a film. A lot of flaws, but very funny. Was very, very popular. Second film
is 1988, the very next year. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Right. More mainstreamed, which means it took out a lot of the not some of the humor from the first film, but it really felt packaged. It really felt like, okay, now we've got handlers making us do the right things. And so it felt kind of stiff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Although it's the only Ernest film that Vern shows up in.
You get to see him too, right?
Well, no,
right?
No, you never see Vern.
You never see Vern.
No, but that's the only movie that has Vern in it.
Got it.
And which also shows you it was probably the studios were so involved at that point where like, yeah, we'll pay for the copyright for the Vern commercials. Just let's roll this. So that was Ernest's peak as far as I guess clout, Hollywood clout, was he could get
right.
he got the right to use his own catchphrase maybe. Although it did come back in the TV show, so I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah, 1990, Ernest Goes to Jail.
Fucking don't make me climb. These aren't my tree climbing shoes.
1991, Ernest Scared Stupid.
Not my favorite, but it does have some good moments and one of my favorite lines.
I like it enough to have put it on my 31 Days of Halloween movie list. And then, of course, I had to put the clip of him saying, Miak. Bet you didn't think I could get my hands on Miak this time of year.
Everyone goes to Miak. My favorite part is still when Eartha Kitt tells them how if they don't solve it in time, all the kids will get killed. And Ernest just goes, just the kids, right? Fucking nails it. And then after that,
then we got 1993, Ernest Rides Again.
That's the one. So it's not even next in the series. I watched them out of order. That's right. Ernest Rides Again is the one where what does it say for the description?
Ernest Rides Again. Oh wow, there's a whole section on scrapped movies. Everything after Ernest Rides Again is direct-to-video. So Ernest Rides Again was a theatrical release.
Holy shit. I thought that was direct-to-video too.
Yeah, okay. No. Let's see. It grossed 1.4 million. So, yeah.
Well, I guess
yeah. 1993 American comedy film written by John Cherry. Synopsis. Okay, a lovable know-it-all knucklehead, Ernest P. Worrell, is working as a janitor at a local college, meets a history professor named Dr. Abden Mellon after discovering an antique metal plate near a construction site. Ernest shows it to Dr. Mellon, who believes that it came from a giant Revolutionary War cannon called Goliath. Dr. Mellon had previously been ridiculed by his peers for theorizing that the real crown jewels of England were stolen during the Revolutionary War and were actually hidden inside the long-lost cannon. So.
That's it?
Well, I mean, it goes on to talk about...
That's not a synopsis. That's a fucking, breakdown. Jesus.
Yeah.
So, 3 sentences. Yeah, it should be something. Ernest P. Worrell rides a cannon. That's really much all I remember happened.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 2 more paragraphs of stuff, but
that's not a synopsis.
It describes the whole movie in all 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, that's a summary. You want a synopsis.
Maybe on... You know what? IMDb will have it. Let's see what you know what I'm curious what IMDb what it's gonna say. Let's see. Ernest Rides Again, 1993. Well, that's right. He was in the Beverly Hillbillies. Jed Clampett.
Yeah.
Buffoonish
I have to go back and revisit that because I wasn't interested in seeing it in the first place. I don't think I really paid attention to it because even though I'm not interested in the original TV series, there are a lot of talented people that I like in that film.
Yes.
I feel like I did not give it the attention it deserved.
Buffoonish Ernest and his dim-witted pal Abner unearth a huge cannon reputed to contain the crown jewels of England.
That's it?
That's it. That's all the IMDb synopsis.
All right. So I know at one part of the film, which is, but I was falling asleep. But I do remember him that he was.
He rides it like Dr. Strangelove. Like is that scene pretty much
like he gets on it and then it comes loose and it rolls down the hill and he's like, oh no, and they can't.
Oh.
But for me, I felt like since I was falling asleep, it felt like it was going on forever. It was like an Inception moment. But so I can't honestly tell you how long it was, but that's when I lost it and I never got back. But but then after that, there's
these are the straight to video films.
Right.
Let me click back. So we've got Ernest Rides Again. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Ernest Rides Again in 1993. In 1994, he did Ernest Goes to School, direct to video.
That's the one I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, marching band, I think, or something like that.
Something. Then 1995, the very next year, Slam Dunk Ernest.
Yeah, I did not see that one. It's wrestling in the school one. That's where I was getting confused with sports. No, I have
Okay.
not seen Slam Dunk Ernest.
1997, Ernest Goes to Africa.
Have not seen it.
1998, Ernest in the Army.
Haven't seen it.
So I
I have
have
them all. I have them all.
I've actually not seen anything. I haven't seen Ernest Rides Again through Ernest in the Army. I just haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, so I'm 1.5 ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Goes to Camp, Saving Christmas, Goes to Jail, and Scared Stupid. Those are the ones that I've seen. Haven't seen any of the others. Oh well. Scrapped films. 1990, 7 Ernest films were reported to be in development. Coke Sam said in 2011 that Ernest Spaced Out may have gotten as far as the film treatment. Sam said about the film, I believe that was kind of a Lost in Space epic. It seems like there were astronauts and maybe a space capsule. Soon after the release of Ernest Goes to Camp, several more films were being contemplated, one being Ernest in the Army, which went on to be his last film made. Others considered were Ernest the Bellhop and Ernest in Paradise.
You know what? I would bet good money that if Ernest had not come down with like whatever cigarette related illness he'd had, if he quit smoking, let's say, and this is not a anti-smoking campaign, I'm just saying if he had survived beyond that, he was with us now. I really feel like he would have gotten involved in some way with like Quentin Tarantino or somebody else like that.
Yes, I
would've
really feel you're right.
He would have been with this wave of older actors who come back with like, yeah, either now I embraced it like Adam West, or I'm just fucking like pissed as hell and I'm going to act like a dick and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of an example. Maybe James Woods, but not quite. But I just feel like it's that kind of comeback role where he and he has the acting skills to do it.
Oh yeah.
He definitely would have been doing more some serious stuff in his old age. It's a fucking shame.
I agree.
So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back with part 2 of our Ernest retrospective.
Oh, God. Sam said a script has been written for Ernest and the Voodoo Curse. We went back to the Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein kind of thing. Had a really bad guy and happened to be on an island like Hawaii. So we had voodoo and a high priest. It was like the idiot version of Raiders of the Lost Ark. We had lines of zombies, voodoo potions, and Ernest pretending to be a zombie.
Hey, Jim, I got an idea. You want to do something that in 20 years will be even more racially uncomfortable than Ernest Goes to Africa? What do you got in mind? Voodoo. Oh, yeah, they'll hate this shit in 30 years. Yeah, fuck it.
Says Ernest and the Voodoo Curse.
I feel like the 50 years. What the fuck?
Ernest and the Voodoo Curse was actually pretty funny. There was a woman in it who had one blue eye and one brown eye. She was supposed to be the woman of Ernest's dreams. Of course, she would have nothing to do with him. Says by 2003, Jim Varney's IMDb biography page stated that he had died before he could finish filming a 10th Ernest film titled Ernest the Pirate, which had been slated to be scheduled for release in 2000.
God, just look at all the Ernest we were denied.
In November 2011, Sam said the film never existed. Varney had actually been in consideration for a role in the 1999 film Pirates of the Plane. I had never even heard of that, but there's a link for it, so apparently it exists. Oh, it's a John Cherry directed film.
Oh.
So, yeah, starring Tim Curry, Seth Adkins, Charles Napier, and Dee Wallace.
Speaking of racially awkward, I'm not going to talk about it now because it's going to delay the January stuff even more.
Yeah.
But I do want to say if you ever want to look us up on Facebook or you follow us on Facebook, I posted a video for ultra low budget, obviously direct streaming movie called Border Crisis or No Borders, and it is
who's in this?
Nobody, and it's barely a film. We're talking Birdemic quality.
Oh wow!
but it is so outrageously like right-wing paranoid delusion fantasy.
Gender crisis?
No, border.
Nothing comes up with border crisis.
Hold on. It's not a. It's hold on. Now you're gonna make me a fucking look at.
Well, listen. I mean, you brought it up, and we need it to be right.
Fault.
Yes, it is your fault. It is.
It
your
also
fault.
shows that you don't pay attention to our Facebook page, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm never on social media. I hate it so much.
You say that, but I just saw you reposted one of my Facebook posts. So
Because
shut up with
that was fucking hilarious.
All right.
I mean, I'm not not on.
Oh.
I'm almost never on it. I didn't say I was never on it.
It's Open Borders, the name of the film.
Oh.
Open Borders.
Wow, that's really hasn't you weren't even close. Border.
It's not new. It's like I don't think it's new.
Open Border. Yes, from 2019.
2019, so it's kind of new.
I mean, it's 2 years old.
Shut up. I stumbled upon it.
What? Stop. I'm not making fun of you. I said it's 2 years old. You said it's kind of new. I said, it's 2 years old.
It's not. I'm saying it's not 10 years old. It's
not this is intentionally black and white?
Yeah. Wink, wink.
Oh, God.
And the title is Open Borders. And when I saw that, I was like, I have to look it up because it sounds like it's an ultra right-wing paranoid fantasy. And I look it up, and I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like that, but they're being vague in the description. Let me watch the trailer. You watch the trailer. Oh, there's no fucking question about it. This is definitely a paranoid right-wing fantasy. So you got to check it out. It looks great. I want to review it for the show. That's how bad it looks.
A futuristic thriller that tells the story of Bronson, Missile, and Jam, 3 citizens turned renegade, and their fight for freedom and survival from racial persecution and the globalist agenda.
Now, that sounds vaguely racist, but you're like, well, they're purposely making it vague, so I don't know. Maybe you watch the trailer and say, oh, no, this is definitely right-wing paranoid fantasy.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll review it. We'll break our rules, because this looks fucking awful.
All right, should we go ahead and watch the first trailer?
Yes, I apologize immensely, but I had to mention that. And once you watch the trailer, you'll know why I had to mention that.
Okay. This film is called C for Me. Now, I grabbed these. I don't know anything about them.
Already sounds bad.
Okay. Don't know anything about them. So, you want to time it up with... Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Where'd you go? There you are. If you want to time it with me...
Yep.
Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, that's a clip from the film. That's useless.
That was completely useless.
Yeah. I just read the description below, and now I lost it. Oh yeah, here he goes. After a 12-year absence, no, that's fucking it. I lost it. It's about this chick, and she uses this service to help her see, and then she ends up calling him back when people. It's a home invasion film, but it's a blind girl being helped with a guy on a cell phone. So, and I'm wondering if Here it is. A legally blind house sitter who hires a legally blind house sitter? I'm sure there's a backstory, but I'm already on this. Turns to a mobile app service for help when the remote mansion she's looking after is targeted by a gang of thieves. So she has internet access or phone access. There's no 911. All right. I mean, you know what? Okay, I'm judging.
Well, hold on. She got disconnected in that clip. So I'm wondering if she's parts of the house, maybe the house is so big. They need me to come in and redo their Wi-Fi access points. I mean, that's what it really comes down to.
We're already treading on thin ice. I really don't have much hope for this film. I'd give it a shot, but I guarantee you this is going to be fucking lame.
So here's the problem. I thought that was a trick. Oh yeah, and the thing is too, it's like they already have 2 Don't Breathe movies where there's a blind person, but that person is kicking ass through the whole movie.
Right.
So they probably said, the whole blind thing. There was already a very successful series called Don't Breathe, and this is kind of like a rip-off of that, but in reverse.
It feels a bit more like Hush, though.
Yeah.
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 I mean, obviously it's a different sense, but instead of it being, more action, it's more like a home invasion, suspense, surviving kind of thing. So
right.
Splitting hairs, but I just thought I'd mention that.
I'm sure it sucks.
But just by the description, I'm already against it. So and that whole opening, I don't know why that's the clip you released in the film. What do you?
You know what? I have a feeling it was mislabeled because I was having a hard time finding a trailer for it.
But it's still,
and it said, see for me trailer. And I clicked on it. I watched the first 5 seconds to make sure that it actually had audio, things like that. And then I grabbed the clip for the show. And I didn't watch the whole thing. Had I done that, we probably wouldn't even have talked about it. Because if I knew it was just a clip, we probably wouldn't have talked about it.
I'm not blaming you, but the BFI London Film Festival of 2021 felt that this was the clip that encapsulates the film.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking.
Anyway,
moving on. Thumbs down. There's a movie called The 355.
Oh, already bad sign.
Comes out the same weekend. C for Me comes out on January 7th. The 355 comes out on January 7th, same weekend. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, go.
It's a female. It's all women Mission Impossible.
It's not good though.
And oh, I still had my going. And if just so I don't sound like all the idiots that were crying about Ghostbusters because they did an all-female cast, if you played that exact same trailer and picked 4 actors, just as uninterested. What's the story?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're secret agents saving the world, and all I'm seeing is like dinner. Literally, all I'm seeing is like fucking banquets and dinner parties and shit. Like this is Ocean's 4.
We're the 355.
Yeah.
The 355.
No, stupid name too. By the way, yeah. No, everything about this film is stupid.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's not because there are women in a role. I actually liked Ocean 6, so. I'll put that out there. Was it 6, 9? I don't know. Was it?
You mean the all-female?
The female one.
Yeah, Ocean's 8, I believe.
8. That's right, because there was Ocean's 11.
Well,
that's
no,
right, and they left room for 9 and 10 if it was popular. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I enjoyed that. So if that's my get out of jail free card. So that's all I got on that. But yeah, no, you're right. It looks stupid.
It looks awful.
Yeah, no surprises here for January films.
Should we move on to the next one?
He says yes.
The next one should be the Scream reboot.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. See, now
starring Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and Marley Shelton. But Campbell, Cox, and Arquette, they're all from the first movies. So I guess this is Scream 5?
No, they're probably playing different roles. Or I don't know.
I bet they're not. Well, now I got to look it up because you said that.
I got it. No, wait. Let's watch the trailer. Maybe the trailer will tell us.
Well, listen. All I got to do is look up Scream and see what their character names are. Yes. No. Sydney, Gail, and Dewey. They are the same people.
All right. Then I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They are the same fucking people.
You know what the problem with this is? Back, when I was a teenager and in my 20s and maybe even early 30s, I would go on the movie. I would check the movie websites for updates, and I would read Fangoria and other film magazines. And I was like, I knew what was going out in the future and what they were teasing and stuff. Now I don't give a shit about any of that. I just watch films and enjoy them for what they are. And if I have interest, I go back and read shit on them. And so I'm not prepared for shit like this. Unless it pops up on my Facebook feed occasionally. I don't know this shit's happening. It just pops up in my face.
Well, this is why we do the January show every year.
Oh, man. It is. Of course it's in January.
Of course it's January. All right, you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Go.
All I want to say is that I have this weird feeling that this film was greenlit as soon as the first Halloween reboot came out and was a huge success.
Yeah.
Because it feels so much like, oh, let's just reboot this and make it serious now.
So this is basically Scream 5.
Yeah.
But they're calling it Scream, just like the first one, which I find to be really dumb unless it's a reboot.
Just like Halloween? I rest my case.
I guess.
What else is there to say? Before the trailer started, I was almost going to say the only way this is worthwhile is if Dewey's the killer. And Dewey's... I actually like this idea of like Dewey just being destitute older. It's like I fucked up.
Yeah, he's like grizzled. He's just like.
I like the side of Dewey.
I do. I actually do. I'm watching him in this trailer, and I'm like, yeah, he's not fucking around.
And I am a huge fan of the actor too.
Oh, David Arquette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like David Arquette. He's had some problems.
Well, yeah, so I like to see him in a role that's like good for him, and then it's like, oh, he's probably gonna fucking die in this stupid piece of shit anyway, and
he doesn't want to. It's not like one of those actors like I'm done with the franchise, kill me off, it's fine. No, he wants to make more of these movies because it's easy money.
Yeah, so at least 3 people want to keep making more of these.
Yeah, right.
But honestly, I'm willing to admit I could possibly be surprised by it. I would give it a chance.
I'm wondering why they didn't try and even release it during Halloween of 2022. Is Halloween 2022 that stacked?
Because it probably tested like shit. But
still.
They tested as shit.
Test audiences, yes. I'm sure it did test like shit. But, a nice, well-edited trailer will still make money.
Number guys. If the numbers don't match, not work.
I mean, obviously, it's been released in January, so.
Got a fucking freeze warning tonight.
Oh, bring in your plants. Bring in your plants.
We can't. They're in the ground.
Oh. Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't. That's somebody else's problem. All right, what's next?
There's a Ben Affleck film called Deep Water.
Uh-oh. Is he drilling?
Maybe.
Is this a sequel to Reminiscence already? It's too soon.
Yeah. Ben Affleck, Anna de Armas, who I think they started dating after they made this movie. But yeah, it's called Deep Water. You ready?
Oh, I just read the description. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
No. Don't care. Don't want to know.
Hold on. That felt like a fan-made trailer. That can't possibly have been the trailer for that movie. I'm going to apologize to everyone because I'm going to click on the link that I sent to Scott where I got the video. And I got to look at some comments here. I have to. Oh my God. Is this a fan-made trailer? Because it looks so bad.
Someone else said this is a compilation of clips from different movies. This is clickbait.
This is a compilation of clips from different movies. This is clickbait. Jeez, this trailer is terrible. Since it's Ben, I'll give it a watch later. Would people stop producing this kind of garbage? Yeah, because the music. Did you research
any of these release date films, or
I did.
Is this a real film coming out?
This is a real movie coming out, but I don't. This is obviously not the trailer for this movie. I mean, yeah. I apologize to everybody for that. That's not good. And the music, I'm like, this is the music from Black Widow, isn't it? I'm like, that's what tipped me off that it's a fan-made trailer. And obviously at the end it says, "Thanks for watching. Now check this out." It's like, you fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, look at this. This is probably like 30 seconds long. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, of course it is. Fucking Christ. I'm so annoyed with myself right now.
Me too.
Shut up. Now, Deep Water 2020. Is there no trailer for this movie? Or not 2020, 2021. I think it was supposed to come out 2021, but it's been pushed to 2022.
As far as I'm concerned, if you can't find the trailer on IMDb, it doesn't exist. Or they don't want it to exist.
Right. Yeah, like this trailer here. Is this the one? Yeah. All right.
Honestly, I read the trailer and I read the description of the film, and all I could think of is Ben Affleck was thinking, everyone liked Gone Girl. You could do something like Gone Girl again.
But that's like a Fincher movie.
Maybe everybody forget, but I mean like the concept, the basic kind of that kind of thriller, try to solve. I'm an innocent man kind of. It's the whole same. It's the whole thing. Same thing. I could change 3 words in the description of Deep Water, and it would be the description for Gone Girl. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So next film.
That's that's a fan-made trailer. That really pisses me off.
Who's making fan-made trailers for a Ben Affleck film? That's not Batman.
Yeah, right. So the next one is a Guy Ritchie movie.
Dude, I finished my fake teaser for a Jersey Girl.
Oh, did you really? The name of the film is Operation Fortune, Rus de Grel, or whatever that is. But the trailer, when I found it, the trailer that I found for this movie is called Five Eyes. So that's the next trailer.
That's probably what they renamed it for American release because we're all fucking idiots over here.
I guess so, but it's a January release, which Guy Ritchie movies come out in January a lot. But I have a feeling it's because they come out theatrically like in the UK first, and then they just dump it in January. Like The Gentleman, which was actually a good movie, not a January film, but it was released in January.
Don't forget, they also release things in January that they just don't have any confidence on. Like if it's a subtitled film, that alone drives you to January.
Well, this stars Jason Statham, so it's an action movie. So
yeah, he was in action movies that weren't in English.
What, Statham?
Yeah, The Translator.
I think only the last one was like that.
No, I thought the first one was in a foreign language.
No, I think just the third film had a lot of foreign language.
No, they're Luc Besson films. I'm pretty sure they were French.
The Transporter, the first one? Pretty sure that was an English-speaking film. I think the third.
You didn't see a dubbed version?
I'm pretty sure.
We'll check that out later because I'm not sure myself.
I think I thought it was just the third movie that had tons of foreign language. But anyway, all right. Five Eyes or Operation Fortune. Rus de Gilles.
All right.
It's better but not be a fan-made trailer again.
We have to stop the sale of a nuclear bomb.
I thought you quit.
Fucking hilarious.
Is this another fan-made trailer? This is another fucking fan-made trailer.
Oh no. Yeah, because that was from Saw. That was Saw. What's with you in the fan-made trailers?
Dude, I'm not doing it on purpose.
I was kind of half in until I saw what's his face. I was like, wait, isn't that from Saw?
He's
wearing the robes.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. And you know what? We're gonna get flagged for these too. Like YouTube's gonna be like, copyright, blah blah blah, because the fan-made trailers have clips from 100 fucking movies in it. I'm angry. My hockey team is losing tonight, and these fan-made trailers. I'm just angry, really angry right now.
Let's move on to the next one because I guarantee the next one's not a fan-made trailer.
Oh, Cyrano? No.
Yeah.
This one's legit. So this one stars Peter Dinklage as, I guess, Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. It's a weird remake of Steve Martin's Roxanne.
Yeah, here's the thing with that.
Well, it already loses points for being a musical.
Somebody said, you know what? We don't need French accents or British accents or any kind of accents. We could do this in just American accents. And
I'm fine with that.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. His name is Cyrano de Bergerac, and he's like from Jersey. Stop. Come, give me a break.
Yeah,
I bet it did. You want to talk about test audiences? I bet that didn't test well because of. Listen, throw in British accents or French accents. That movie is not released in January. That movie is released in like March, February, because it's Valentine's Day. That movie misses fucking Valentine's Day. Give me a break. Come on.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt that the lead actor, the low romance interest, is a little freak.
And let me tell you something. Peter Dinklage's Toxic Avenger, not going to be released in January. Who would have fucking ever thought that? Fucking Lloyd Kaufman produced film, not released in January. Peter Dinklage stars. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no. You could tell from the grand scale and the music and everything, they put a lot into that to only be told, yeah, January. It's like they're not even told. They're not even told. Listen, we're not even going to get you to the end of January. You're going to be in the middle of January, almost. The end of January, but not quite. You don't even make it to February for that Valentine's Day crowd. Come on. Yeah, I mean, weird. You know what's funny? Here, this is what's coming out in February. February 4th is big budget film Moonfall, The Black Phone, which is a horror film, which looks interesting, by the way, and Jackass Forever. Jackass 4. That's the first week of February. Those are all not date movies. Okay?
I think they're hoping to ride into February.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
I have no interest in it, but honestly, I'm not a fan of musicals. And while I did love Steve Martin's Roxanne, I've never really been interested in Cyrano Productions. I tried watching the John Depardieu one, and I was I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. Not for me. So I definitely have no interest in watching this one. and now there are two movies coming out on February 11th, which is, it's not Valentine's Day is on I think Tuesday this next year, but it is for that weekend. A movie called What About Love, barf, and a movie called Marry Me, double barf. Those are going to be your Valentine's Day films. Now, the weekend before, they could have shoehorned Cyrano in there, or even the weekend after. Even the weekend after could have shoehorned it in there. I think Dinklage didn't want to be in February because that's the shortest month, and he felt like that was a dig.
Sounded like a dad joke.
Hey, I agree with him. I think it was a bad call. What's the next one?
The next one is called The King's Daughter, starring Pierce Brosnan, William Hurt, Benjamin Walker, and Kaya Scodelario.
Really, The King's Daughter?
The King's Daughter. No, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, the name already. Oh, let's go.
It's a wide release. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Hopefully it's not another fan-made trailer, but...
Magnificent.
Oh.
I look like a clown.
Christ.
That's how all the ladies will be painted.
Oh, then maybe I'd rather look like a man.
That's also how the men will look.
Rumor has it she has ties to the king.
What kind of ties?
That's still a mystery.
I present to you the newest member of the court.
Why is everyone staring?
You are something they can never be. An individual.
So you can ride!
Perhaps better than you!
You don't seem to be afraid of
You're
anything.
going to get hit by a branch at some point.
Marie Joseph!
on in here.
She
What
called
the
me
fuck?
with her music.
I'm not sure which one of you
I didn't realize that's where this was headed.
I assume you have heard of the extraordinary powers of the creature.
Don't call her a creature. She has a soul.
She's certainly not of this world.
Nor am I.
She deserves freedom.
Her life is in danger.
I need to warn Marisha soon.
The mermaid will give me the gift of immortality.
You can't be doing this. This is murder!
You don't have to agree. You have to obey.
We are the only ones who can stop him.
One day I will have you on my ship. Sail away from all this.
Oh, they had to throw Academy Award winner in there. Try and save this trailer.
You need to go!
There's no escape.
Mama, a mermaid.
Jan, mermaids don't exist.
I mean, are we going Shape of Water-ish ripoff? I mean, no love interest between her and the mermaid, but the mermaid looks terrible. The CGI, I mean, like, we are so far as advancements go in special effects and CGI, and the mermaid just looks awful.
No, that was insane. That was insane.
That was absolutely...
What the fuck?
This
and
is...
why the fuck is it called The King's Daughter? So what film? So what's the film again? So is this evil king keeps this mermaid captured, and this new person that comes in discovers that the King's Daughter. That's the main selling point, right? The fuck.
This January, usually, when we do these shows, the Januaries they're bad, but it's like, okay, maybe I'll have fun watching that one. I have no real faith in any of these movies.
Well, there's two that I don't even know because we didn't watch real trailers for them. But even without a trailer, right now I feel like my best hope for even slightly enjoying one of these would be the Jason Statham film, just because even a bad Jason Statham film is usually somewhat entertaining.
It's a Guy Ritchie movie, and I'm sure it's
Guy Ritchie. I'm in, even if I don't like it.
Yeah.
Which The Gentleman's Club, I was mixed on. I might need to give it another watch.
Yeah. All right. We're down to the last movie.
Oh, this fucking thing.
Morbius. Big budget. Sci-fi action comic book movie starring Jared Leto as the real Batman, basically.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. They do a version of People Are Strange by the Doors, but they slow it down.
You need a doctor?
That's like a new thing that they're doing in Hollywood.
Yeah, but you still need a doctor, dick.
I should have died years ago.
People all over the world have my disease.
I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries.
Sorry,
take
Doctor,
the
don't want to
risks.
eat it.
If you're gonna run, do it now.
People are strange.
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
When you're a stranger,
Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
faces look ugly. When you're alone.
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew.
Tell me this is the Blade sequel.
No, that one's actually going to be good.
I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
There are limits. There has to be.
There's something inside of me that wants to hunt and consume blood.
Michael.
When you're a stranger,
Can you control it?
I don't know. Half the city wants to kill you.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
The other half wants to control you.
Hey, Dr. Mike, you and I should stay in touch.
I'd do anything to save a life. But I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them. Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it? Oof. Who the hell are you, man?
I am Venom. I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
No.
No, it's a hard no.
So basically, it's every vampire film I've ever seen.
Yeah. So here's the thing about it too.
No.
Michael Keaton is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Sony movie. So it's in the Spider-Man universe. It's in the Marvel universe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is Michael Keaton's character in this movie the villain that was in the Spider-Man Far From Home?
Probably not, because that guy was an engineer, and this guy looks like he's an ambulance driver or a medic.
But
honestly,
here's the thing: how could they use Michael Keaton when he's in the Marvel universe? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I'll tell you right now how they can do it is because they've decided that there are no rules anymore with their new metaverse, so they can just put whoever they want, whatever they want. They don't have to worry about this bullshit anymore. That's why I'm not interested. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, so he's in it because of course he is, because
Yeah.
So and now that they basically said we can swap out with whoever we want.
Yeah, he doesn't have a title for this film. It just says that he's in it. He doesn't have who he's actually playing, and I'm wondering if it's Vulture, Adrian Toomes. I'm wondering. No. I'm curious. I'm very, very curious. And maybe because it's this multiverse shit, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it definitely could happen.
So,
which makes it even worse. Then, I mean, again, I just what polling did they do? Or everybody just seems to want to see a Mobius film. Everyone read this back in the early '70s when nobody was reading it. Nobody. '70s, '60s. I'm probably wrong about that date either. I know it's before me.
Right.
And that's old enough.
So that's our trailers.
Where's my ambush bug film? If you're doing Mobius, give me my ambush bug film.
That's not happening.
It depressed me now.
Hey, it's.
Yeah, you're right. Though we should wrap up.
We should do that. Again, I apologize for the fan-made trailers for those two movies.
Unacceptable.
I agree. I'm gonna beat myself up. I'm already beating myself up about it. But how come there's no trailers for these movies that come out in 2 months?
Oh.
What the fuck is that all about?
What the fuck is going on?
It almost makes me think that it's a place, like a place marker, and they're going to get moved.
Possible. I mean, everything's delayed so much.
Or they don't hit theaters at all and go straight to streaming. And if it does go to theater, it's like a super, super limited release.
It's the beginning of the end for movie theaters.
I'm wondering if that's what... No, not really. It's the beginning of the end for small movies in movie theaters. Big budget movies are doing money. They're not doing pre-pandemic money, but they're making money. Like for instance, I just looked at a bunch of films today actually. So like Shang-Chi made $450 million worldwide. I think it
can't bring myself to watch it.
Yeah, I think it cost 150, so made money. even in a pandemic world. No Time to Die, new James Bond film. I think that made 700 or 750 million. No, maybe 600 million. That's a lot of money for a James Bond movie post-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. A pre-pandemic James Bond movie makes 800 or 900 million worldwide. So making 600 million, pretty close. Pretty close. So, like, Spider-Man No Way Home comes out next month. The new Ghostbusters film comes out this Friday. Tomorrow, actually. I'll be interested to see what kind of money that movie makes tomorrow. You know, or this weekend, I mean. I would not be one bit surprised if the new Ghostbusters movie this weekend makes $100 million. Not at all. I mean, I think in maybe 80 to 100 million, that's where it should be. And we'll see on Monday. But small movies in theaters, yeah, they're done. They might not do so hot, but they're still going to make big comic book movies, action movies, summer movies. Those are still going to be theater. I just don't know if they're ever going to make the money that they used to make.
Yeah, there's that too.
I just don't know if that's ever going to happen again. I mean, if everyone got vaccinated, but that's a different show. Then we'd be out of this already. There'd be no mutations or very few.
Wrap it up.
Not even few. Maybe one. Let's wrap it up. I'm gonna get angry. All right, everybody. Thank you as always for joining us for yet another episode of Moviesucktastic. Please go to our website at Moviesucktastic.com and you can listen or download the show there. You can go to iTunes and you can listen or download the show there as well. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Moviesucktastic and you can just see all the cool stuff that we post there, from trailers, thoughts, entertainment, news, whatever. It's there. You can leave us email. The address is themovieguys@Moviesucktastic.com. If you want to leave us voicemail, the number is 908-514-4470. If you want to download the Android app for your phone, tablet, or Android device of any kind, you can go to moviesucktastic.com/mst.apk, or just do a search for your favorite podcast player, no matter what device you use, and just do a search for Moviesucktastic. We come right up. Do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, January's gonna suck.
Yeah, it is. Look at Superman in the background drinking Johnny Walker Red Label. That is not a cheap bottle of whiskey right there.
Well, he's not paying for it.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I love when he's flicking the beer nuts, just like breaking bottles, like bullets. Love it. So good. When he's on the Statue of Liberty, and he's like, I hope you're not expecting me to save you. I don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Then he takes her back to her place and bangs her.
Oh, yeah.
We reviewed that, by the way. You should check out
did.
that episode. We reviewed that one. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. We have no idea. We have no idea what we're reviewing, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.